When you think of Cinco de Mayo, you may think of parties, tequila shots, Mexican beers such as Corona, or you may even think of the Mexican Independence Day, which is actually celebrated on September 16th. Cinco de Mayo, translated from Spanish, is actually the 5th of May. It is a voluntary Mexican holiday that celebrates the Battle of Puebla, and it is not mandated to be celebrated by the Mexican government. In this speech, I will discuss the history of Cinco de Mayo, how it is celebrated today, as well as the cultural significance and celebration in Mexico and the Southwest United States. First, I will tell you about the history of the Battle of Puebla in order for you to gain a better understanding of the origin of the celebration. According to Mexico Online, the Battle of Puebla took place as France invaded Mexico on its way to Mexico City. The invasion was over unpaid debts to France from the Mexican government. It took place on May 5th, 1862, in the state of Puebla, Mexico, where the Mexican army was outnumbered almost 2-1 and came out victorious. This battle was one of the first steps for Mexico to gain its independence as a country. Now that I have briefly covered the Battle of Puebla, I would like to discuss the celebration of the victory. In the celebration, women traditionally wear brightly colored dresses. These dresses are colored in bright white, bright green, and white often. These are the colors of Mexico's flag. Men wear traditional Western clothing. Food that is commonly served often includes enchiladas and guacamole. These are just two examples of food that are served, as many families serve traditional foods from their family history, according to foodandwine.com. There are many reenactments of the battle and the victory over France. There are parades that take place, and piñatas are often busted in celebration of Cinco de Mayo. The cultural significance of these celebrations varies throughout Mexico and the American Southwest. Cinco de Mayo is celebrated all over Mexico, however, nowhere near as vigorously as it is celebrated in Puebla, Mexico. Puebla is the center of the battle, and therefore it centers its celebration on the victory and honors General Zarcon Sequin, whereas Mexican Americans in the American Southwest honor their Mexican heritage more than the battle, than the general. Their strong Mexican heritage is a big part of the celebration for them. In addition to being celebrated by Mexicans and Mexican Americans, Cinco de Mayo has also been exploited by corporations for profit in both the U.S. and Mexico. In Mexico, Mexican beer sales are up for exports to the U.S. Tourism is brought in for people to go to Puebla for reenactments, and just basically people to get into Mexico to bring money in. In the U.S., Mexican beer sales are up, or Mexican knockoff beers are sold to, and also parties are promoted. There are sales of things with names on them that say Cinco de Mayo, like t-shirts are commonly sold. There's beads and necklaces that are sold that say Cinco de Mayo, as well as large sombreros that say Cinco de Mayo on them. In conclusion, I have discussed the origins of Cinco de Mayo in the ways that it's celebrated differently in both both Mexico and the United States. Cinco de Mayo celebrates the Battle of Pueblo and has been a symbol of hope and perseverance for the country of Mexico.